Welcome to the virtual celebration for the DSBN Academy class of 2020. We begin this by acknowledging the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples, many of whom continue to live and work here today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties and is within the land protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. Today, this gathering place is home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, and acknowledging reminds us that our great standard of living is directly related to the resources and friendship of Indigenous people. Welcome to Grad 2020 Part 2. On behalf of the DSBN Academy faculty and community, I have the honor of being the Master of Ceremonies for this graduation video that celebrates the accomplishments of your class, the graduating class of 2020. You'll recall in Part 1 of your virtual celebration that Miss Nazar said she would save her message for your graduation in the fall. Well, it's the fall, and it's time for the principal address.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels. Well, Argonauts, here I find myself speaking to you once again in a video, which is not what I had hoped for, but I do appreciate the opportunity to speak to you as a class one last time. But first, I do want to take a moment to congratulate your families as well on your accomplishments. It started with your decision, families, to entrust us with your child's education and to work with us along the way. And I thank you for that. It's been an honor for all of us, elementary and secondary, to support your child in moving and transitioning from elementary to secondary, from child to teenager, and just supporting them with their plans for post-secondary. So congratulations. For my principal message, I decided to kind of treat it like a story. This has been a very historic period of time, and the story of class of 2020 will be forever remembered, and for not only during this unprecedented time of a pandemic, but because the class of 2020 is a very unique group of students. And so I'm going to tell the story from my perspective of your time in the DSBN Academy bubble, and the story is called Dear Class of 2020. So let me begin. The story begins with grade 6, when you learned how to master the handshake, eye contact, and began introducing yourself as class of 2020. This was also the year when DSBN Academy first opened its doors at 130 Louth Street, and when secondary teachers joined the school. I remember greeting those of you who had started in grade 6 and thinking to myself, wow, you were super tiny and super cute, but also a very courageous group of students. Many of you were riding a school bus for the first time, and for some, riding a bus across the Niagara region. You were entering a very large building you had never been in before, expecting to wear a uniform that likely did not arrive on time. You were eating in a very noisy cafeteria, having a rotary schedule in grade 6, sharing space with secondary students, having secondary teachers as advisors, and you were introduced to Encore. This was also the year in which you had a principal change in March, and said goodbye to Mr. Reynolds and welcomed Miss Grieve. Your homeroom teachers did their best to support you with this significant year, and they have fond memories of trips and wanted me to remind you of making applesauce and science experiments with chocolate, syrup, and pennies. In your grade 7 year, your group becomes larger with new students joining the class of 2020. Classroom renovations had happened over the summer, and that extra large classroom with kitchens you had in grade 6 is no more. But if you had room 141 for homeroom in grade 7, you had the luxury of a window. It's true. Your teachers remember your trip to Brock University, Heritage Fair, and your time at Tim Hortons camp. And how could you forget welcoming the sheepdogs to perform in our gym and reading A Long Walk to Water, which would eventually lead to meeting Slava. In year 3 of your DSBN Academy journey, you might recall entering the front doors along with other new students only to discover our hallways and many of our classrooms are without ceiling tiles, and this goes on for months. But that's okay because you are finally in grade 8. Your trip to Ottawa and grade 8 graduation is certainly a highlight, but remember the Barbie bungee jump, signature handshakes, and your teachers wanted me to remind you that it was your class that came up with 300 reasons to fire Mr. Hannigan. In fun, of course, I'm sure. Now, this story shifts to high school, which means more change, new challenges, and new opportunities. Grade 9 is the year you are introduced to D2L, the credit system, MSIP, the walk to Tim Hortons, and the shortcut to Dairy Queen. Exam days become something to stress about, but then look forward to as you quickly change out of uniform and venture off to study with your friends. While Camp Wanakita is a highlight, Encore brings competitive sports and new clubs to enhance your high school experience. School dances move to the evening, and semi-formals become a night to remember thanks to the creative use of photo booths. Movie day at the Penn Center, field trips, and new memories are formed. And it was your grade 9 class year, and it was the last year when you could choose to wear khaki or navy pants. Stumbled about that. I forgot about that. Grade 12 was the year that Mr. Daniels became your vice principal. MSIP moves to period 2. We finally have classrooms on the second floor, and you have your opportunity to spend a night at Brock University. From an educator's perspective, grade 10 can be the most challenging year in high school. You are not the youngest or oldest. You grow tired of talking about the literacy tests, and the newness of high school has faded. But the class of 2020 has always been unique. Don't get me wrong, you were a challenge, and you never did overcome being super chatty. But over and over again, that school year, you continued to demonstrate your enthusiasm for learning and our school. And one of my favorite memories was spending time with you at the campfire at Brock University. I felt assured that you would be an amazing senior class and that you would be positive leaders who would look out for each other and could follow through to the end. As a secondary faculty, we knew we were ready to bump things up at our school, and we knew you were ready for it too. You are now in grade 11, and this is the year we introduced our new student council, Camp Wanakita leaders, and Argo Link mentors. Responsibility became a focus, and many of you welcomed this focus because you knew that you needed to be held accountable and wanted to be prepared for the challenges of college and university. You begin exploring and planning for post-secondary with your grade 11 advisors, and you continue to share your opinions all the time. You also continue to positively influence school spirit. Dances move to the gym, and spirit assemblies are given a new life with dance-offs we will never forget. September 2019, the start to the finale of a 7-year program, and one we will definitely never forget. When you think of your grade 12 year, it is impossible to overlook the school closure and the lost opportunities. But you should know that we believe that you started grade 12 on the right foot. You set goals for yourself, and you were excited to be in grade 12 and be the best graduating class yet. You embraced opportunities, and we could count on you to be positive leaders. While the school closure was a barrier we could not remove, words like resilience, determination, perseverance, optimism, and commitment come to mind. We can all agree that no one thrived during the school closure, and some of you struggled more than others, but you should all be very proud of yourselves, all of you, and not let the spring of your final year define you or your educational experience. Thank you to our musicians, talented artists, student council, athletes, bus ambassadors, ArgoLink mentors, Art Encore Club leaders, competitors in math, trivia, and technology. Thank you for smiling for the camera and your enthusiastic drum rolls at our Student of the Month assemblies. And thank you for supporting school spirit and embracing what it means to be an Argonaut. You are now DSBN Academy alumni. And on behalf of the DSBN Academy faculty, elementary and secondary, past and present, we hope that you will continue to see us as part of your family and that you will return and share your stories and that you will remember your DSBN Academy creed. We believe in you, Argonauts. It's your story now. Congratulations. Keep going.
Thank you, Ms. Nazar. All of you worked hard to successfully complete your Ontario Secondary School Diploma, and while we had the opportunity to present your diploma to you on October 8th with your families, it wasn't together as a graduating class. In this next part of our video, we present the class of 2020 along with our school song, We Believe, sung by Riley Small, and music by Mr. Lay and Mr. Hannigan.
As the sun sets on today, and I close my eyes, I see what the future might have in store, and everything I can be. I believe, this is my moment, this is my time. I believe, through every trial, strive for the prize. Today I will succeed. Today I will achieve. I will believe. My eyes wide with some fear, standing at life's cliff I yield. I'm not afraid, I won't back down. Given this chance, I will excel. I believe, this is my moment, this is my time. I believe, through every trial, strive for the prize. Today I will succeed. Today I will achieve. I will believe. For something greater, for something bigger. The dawn is not that far. I will fly higher, I will soar farther, reaching for the stars. We believe, this is our moment, this is our time. We believe, through every trial, strive for the prize. Today we will succeed. Today we will achieve. Today we will succeed. Today we will achieve. We will believe.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. Some of you have earned awards of distinction that deserve special mention, and I have the honor of sharing. The District School Board of Niagara Student Success Award. The Student Success Award is presented to a graduating student who has shown tremendous growth and improvement displaying a strong work ethic and good citizenship. This year's recipient is Joseph Carpenter. Congratulations, Joseph. The Lieutenant Governor's Community Volunteer Award. This award is presented by the Government of Ontario to recognize a student with exemplary involvement in the community. This year's recipient is Juliet Burnham. Congratulations, Juliet. Rotary Medalist Awards. Rotary Medalist recipients are nominated by the faculty and selected by the graduating class. These students best exemplify the Rotary motto of service above self. The class of 2020 recipients are Artie Patel and Bob Calixte. Congratulations, Artie and Bob. Excellence in Education. Chosen by the faculty, this award is sponsored jointly by OSSTF and DSBN to recognize the top all-around student for excellence in school citizenship, leadership, participation, academic achievement, and community involvement. The class of 2020 recipient is Devin Fiander. Congratulations, Devin. The Governor General's Academic Medal. The Governor General's Medal, established in 1873, recognizes students who have achieved the highest academic average in grade 11 and 12 courses combined. On behalf of Her Excellency the Right Honourable Julie Payette, Governor General of Canada, I am pleased to announce the recipient of this year's academic medal, Felicia Buaban. Congratulations, Felicia. The Director's Scholarship. This scholarship is awarded to one college and one university-bound student who embraced the vision of DSBN Academy and exemplified a commitment to academic success while overcoming obstacles to achieve post-secondary goals. The Director's Scholarships were awarded to Juliet Burnham and Bob Calixte. Congratulations, Juliet and Bob. The Ontario Principals Council Leadership Award. This award allows the principal to recognize a graduate who has demonstrated positive leadership in many facets of school life during their career at DSBN Academy. Since the beginning of her journey in grade 6, she has distinguished herself as a respected student leader in the classroom, on various sports teams, and in the school. She has led our Secondary Student Council's Prime Minister for 2 consecutive years and was also a member of the Student Trustee Senate. Congratulations to Devin Fiander, the recipient of the OPC Leadership Award. The Academy Award of Excellence. The Academy Award of Excellence is an award that captures the prestige of being one of the top 5 students who most embody the school's core values: commitment, optimism, respect, and excellence, and who have honored the guiding principles within the Academy Creed and the high expectations of the DSBN Academy secondary faculty. This year we honor Felicia Buaban, Kidman Brown, Sandy Calixte, Devin Fiander, and Artie Patel. Congratulations to all winners. Congratulations to all of you on your awards of distinction. Now it is time for your much anticipated valedictory address. Limited to a small gathering of her family and 3 staff, Artie was recorded outside of our school. She weathered the background noise, and even though you weren't there, it was clear she was focused on you.
Good afternoon, staff, honored guests, family, friends, viewers of YouTube, and of course my beloved class of 2020. Never once did I think I would be up here talking to you through a screen like this, but here I am. Despite the circumstances, I just wanted to say what an honor it has been to be representing what I would say is the best class the Academy has ever seen. I obviously say that with no bias. But it's crazy to think how I have been with the same cohort since grade 6. That's a whole 7 years. Everyone says time flies by, but you never really realize it until it's actually gone. Somehow the last minute in class takes forever, but the last 4 years passed in a blink of an eye. Now let's rewind a little bit to grade 6. For most of us, that meant moving to a school away from home surrounded by other unknown faces. We walked into firm handshakes, the smell of breakfast, soon to meet our classmates and teachers. As we grew older, the bus often became our nap time, the handshakes became our alarm clock, but nonetheless, we still spent the morning surrounded by each other. Unless you owned an orange truck, minivan, black truck, or a red car, then you were shamefully late. Now back to elementary. We got to experience the large classroom, unfinished ceilings, Cornell notes, and my personal favorite, anxiety over Camp X. In grade 7, we made our first big project. And when some of us learned that it can't be done overnight, it took others until grade 11 exam season to learn that. Then came grade 8, which meant Ottawa, which also meant trauma about losing your lanyard. I'm kidding, but the one thing I did truly learn from that trip is that absolutely no one will be able to top Mr. Hannigan or Mr. Young's dance moves. We now move on to our wonderful freshman year. The first class to have seniors roaming the halls alongside us. Now bless our teacher souls because there is no taming us. At this point, we are all friends. If you move us, we would simply make conversation with our new table mate. But we still somehow managed to be one of the smartest grades. Our intelligence ranged from the maths, sciences, arts, English, tech, and obviously time management. We were so punctual. To be fair, Miss P, I swear there was a huge line at Tim Hortons. We survived our first set of exams, and then came camp, where we were convinced someone was after the girls' cabin, bug spray somehow stopped working, and every single piece of food that went into my mouth was somehow at Gordon Ramsay's level. We ended grade 9 by thankfully leaving Juju on the beat, Harambe, and Arthur's Fist behind us, only to walk into memes about Salt Bae. Grade 10 and 11. Often forgot about, but somehow we still managed to make the most out of it. We played Stella Ella Ola in the gazebo, we crammed into Devin's grandparents' basement, we survived the OSSLT, 4 more rounds of exams, and the countless slideshow throwbacks, which all led up to our senior year. Although it might have been cut short, we definitely made some memories in the short time we had. The car rides, anxiety before presentations, our mornings in the English hall, and gathering in student services. Whether that meant you had a spare, an online course, or treating your online course as a spare, we all spent it with each other. Then, as the world was taken over by a virus, our senior year was transferred to D2L and Microsoft Teams. As much as it saddens me that I wasn't able to have a prom or walk the stage alongside my peers who I've become so close to, I just wanted to say how proud I am of all of you. Unlike other graduating classes, most of us have already had a taste of post-secondary, and although it can be discouraging, I can't think of a class who is better prepared for this challenge than us. We have leaned on each other all throughout high school, and I don't expect to stop being there for my brothers and sisters now. I would also like to thank the staff who have been so understanding through this whole pandemic, and who have always been supporting us in the background. Although we cried over your tests, handed in work late, and counted down the minutes in your class, we truly appreciate everything that you have done for us. We have been constantly challenged and pushed, but without the hardworking staff here at the Academy, we would not be the strong, intelligent cohort that we are today. The thanks also reaches out to the staff outside of the classroom, which includes custodians, librarians, encore leaders, guidance counselors, and the office staff. My next thanks goes out to the supporting family and friends out there who have been there for us through it all. Our unique journeys would not be complete without you. The hours you have put in and the support you offered is appreciated and cherished. Which also means I'd like to give a big thank you to my mom and dad, because everything I've earned to this day is due to their endless love and support. A portion of that thanks also goes out to my sisters, but we can skip over that for now. My final thank you goes out to my classmates, all the way from 6 to 12. I watched you grow into independent, strong, young men and women who have already embarked on their own individual journeys. We went through our awkward phases together, we heard the voice cracks, we watched the growth spurts, and graduated elementary together, only to spend another 4. We have now grown into adults, and the world is changing in ways many dreamed would never happen. We have a movement pushing for equality, and more importantly, equity. We have spent our time learning about the injustices in the world, and as young adults, we are now the ones in charge to make a change. Remember that it is not a trend. Black lives still matter, Indigenous women are still disproportionately targeted, and your vote will always make a difference. Please continue to educate yourselves and help those around you. I know it is crazy to think that we are the future, but if we continue at this rate, Generation Z is truly going to make it to the history books. In grade 8, I was easily able to write this speech, knowing that I will see your faces once again. But this time, it was much harder. I was accepting the fact that our journey is coming to an end. But what excites me is knowing that all of you will be going off and be doing amazing things. We all have potential. Yes, we are different people with different goals and different obstacles, but we are the same Argo family. What separates us from others is our work ethic. When others give up, we must continue to move forward. We grew up knowing that the harder we work, the harder we get to play. Whenever things get rough, just know that you have a whole army of Argos behind you to support you. So I do expect to say I went to school with them when I see your names on the big screen, because I do believe that all of you can achieve. I truly will miss all of you and wish the very, very best for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Artie. On behalf of the class of 2020, we thank you for your positive leadership, reflections, and words of encouragement. Well, it's been an honor and a privilege to be your Master of Ceremonies and then your Vice Principal also for the last few years. And it's hard for me to believe who still see you as those grade sixes that were wandering through my room during advisory when like 7 years ago. It's hard for me to believe that you've grown up to be such amazing graduates, and it's been an honor to work with you through that whole time, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to see all of those things with you. On behalf of the DSBN Academy, we'd like to thank all the faculty who planned, organized, participated, and executed Part 1, which included your grad packages and diploma pickup on October 8th, and then this virtual celebration Part 2. Finally, just like our Student of the Month assemblies, we will finish this celebration with a video within a video. Just some pictures from your high school years. Enjoy, keep in touch, and stay safe. Thank you.
We see obstacles as opportunities to persevere and grow.